Hey everyone, it's John here from RPO Bay Hockey, back with another video, and today's video is going to be about the 2020 NHL Draft and the fact that Elliotte Friedman has now confirmed, which we already expected. I mean, it's not a huge surprise that the NHL Draft will be online. They'll be doing a virtual draft, just like the NFL, and I just want to start, before I show the clip, because I will show you guys the clip of Elliotte Friedman talking on NHL Network. The NFL draft had huge success. I mean, I think it was around 37% up from last year's draft. So the fact that we're in isolation right now, coronavirus, and there were so many more eyes on the NFL draft, the expectation and just the wait for something in sports. So for the NHL draft, if there's nothing in general, which there isn't a whole lot, I mean, there was the NWHL draft, but again, we're talking about growth in hockey, and the NWHL has a lot to grow still. They're bringing it to Toronto. But for the NHL, we obviously know the extent the NHL has and the eyes the NHL can bring. And if it does see a draft be as soon as June 5th, so I'm going to show you the clip that Elliotte Friedman talks about, that could be a crazy scenario. But let's show the clip, and definitely this is huge news. That is not a surprise, but could be definitely a big impact move by the NHL.
What about some of the other events on the NHL calendar, specifically the NHL draft? Now, we just saw the NFL have theirs, and by most accounts, things went pretty well. So is the NHL taking note of that, and what are plans given the hope to have it in Montreal?
Well, it won't be in Montreal this year. This will be an online draft, just like the NFL one does. And I think the league will make it up to the Canadians by giving them a draft either next year or the year after. There was some hope next year it would be in Seattle to coincide with the expansion draft. But I think Montreal, if it isn't in Seattle, I think it goes to Montreal. And if it is in Seattle, Montreal probably gets it the year after. So we're looking at the virtual online draft. And I agree with you. I thought the NFL and the technical staff for ESPN, the on-air people, everybody there did a great job. And I think the NHL noticed that. I think the NHL also noticed the TV ratings, which were very high. And there has been talk about doing the NHL draft as early as June the 5th. Now, the GMs don't like that. They think it's, too soon. They don't think they should do it until we know the final standings and the playoffs. And I don't know where this is going to go. I would suspect we're going to have an idea this week about which way the NHL decides to go. But I do know that there are people in the league who would like to copy that, who would like to do something similar. The hockey people are against it. We'll see who wins out in this debate.
So, yeah, crazy, I would say, conversation. Just, it is going to be very different. I mean, so you heard what Elliotte Friedman said. It could be as early as June 5th, but a lot of management and a lot of teams just don't really like that idea. They want it to be after the playoffs, where, one, they have more of an idea of their future. Two, they can make more moves. So if the draft was before the playoffs, you obviously can't make roster moves. I mean, we're after the trade deadline. You're talking about no trades, no moves in that extent until after the playoffs, and that would be the draft. The draft is usually the first kind of big form of roster moves. So for the NHL, it's definitely a huge step. It would be a big impact step. It could be huge for ratings. It could be huge for growing, obviously, the league and the sport, but it would definitely be a way different way of doing it. June 5th was the earliest that Friedman said. I don't think it's going to be that early. June 26th, 27th, I think that was the original date of where it was going to be in Montreal, so that's something to look at. But you know what? If I'm looking at the whole, schedule of everything and then probably bringing back, or at least trying to bring back this season, or playoffs, I should say, then it's either going to happen in June or it won't happen until after the playoffs. And that could extend the draft to like September, October maybe, whenever the offseason is. So that would be a while, and that would be even way different in a different sense. So let me know what you think about this news, and I would say Friedman just added validity to this. We were expecting an online draft. So if you are new, please subscribe, smash that like button. I hope to see you on more videos. I do really appreciate when people leave a comment and leave their thoughts that I can reply to. So I hope to see you on more videos, and I will be making many more videos to come. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe. This was John from RPO Bay Hockey. Have a good one. Peace out.